my back.
What
hurt?
up,
Y'all got
though?
someone?
Man,
Oh, heck no.
You like smoking?
And I do mean that.
You cute.
Literally.
Y'all got life
Make it
insurance?
make sense.
You want
Those
life insurance?
were the days. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Somebody's Auntie. We are not your mama's sisters, but we are the auntie with the T. I'm A-list Nat.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Keysha E.
And it's your girl, Chevy the Shegan.
Chevy the Shegan. How y'all doing?
I'm good. I'm loving Chevy earrings, though.
I love those earrings.
Thank you.
I said that to you
Can I
earlier.
have
They're
them?
thicker.
Yeah.
Like
Look,
you guys
Chevy,
want
Chevy the type of person that give you stuff off her back. Can I have those?
I do. I really
You
do.
You do.
Natalie comes to my house
My
and
whole-
she's like,
Y'all listen, my whole wardrobe is literally like half my wardrobe is like stuff that you've given me or, you know.
I do not have a problem with that. I feel like I'm so blessed, and these are material things that if you need it, if it makes you feel better or you need it for anything, I don't mind giving it off my back.
I can't wait
That's
to
what's
actually
up.
wear the stuff. I haven't worn it yet. I just
Yeah.
kind of see. I'm like, that looks actually really cute. One of these
Yeah.
days, I'm gonna wear it and I'm gonna be like, yo, this is Chevy's. One day.
And I'm
one
not
day.
like, well, girls be really picky about that. Like, where you get that from? Oh, girl, I don't remember. Girl,
Yeah,
Zara.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I,
you know what I'm
I hate when
saying?
people do that. Yeah,
It ain't
I'll
that big of a
I'll
deal.
comment.
You didn't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll respond back and be like, girl, this is where you get it from, and right now it's
Yeah.
on
Period.
sale.
It's on sale.
They be like, I don't
Make sure you get it
remember.
now.
But you can't Google Lens it because I
Yeah.
remember, But girl, period. But we were gonna
That's
get into. I just feel good today. I
That's
love
good.
my
You look
Why you
catchphrase,
feel good? Tell us why
y'all.
you feel good. You told us off camera. Tell us on camera why you feel good.
Okay, so she asked me to bring this up. So
like,
a
what?
few weeks ago, I had surgery, and it's been like a long process. But I'm blessed because these are some real scary times when it comes to health, and particularly. But if y'all hear me like breathing heavy or like stopping, that's because I had throat surgery, and I think it came from COVID.
Ooh.
Personally, because I had like this dry cough for a very long time, and I was like, damn, what is this cough about? And I was like congested a lot, and I went to see an ear and nose therapist, and they basically ear and nose doctor,
ENT,
ear nose,
Ear, nose, throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they basically was like, well, let's do a CAT scan. And then March 13th happened. Everything closed down. So then from March 13th, 2020 to last year, like November, I was just dealing with it. And then they did an MRI. They was like, oh, you have a tumor.
Mm.
It's benign, but
Wow.
it's we got to get it out.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so what we got to do? And I want to just let you guys know, if you ever have friends that's going through sickness or illness, the insurance game is not for the weak.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why a lot of, especially African Americans, fail in that Department of Health because they don't sometimes know what to say, how to talk to insurance companies, what to expect. And we lost a lot of friends. And a lot of my friends are dealing with cancer and different things like that. So I recommend like you always just being transparent with your close friends and the insurance companies, calling them back to back to back to back. You should call them like they owe you money.
Mm.
That's how you talk to insurance companies. Like, you owe me. I pay you, so you owe me. You know what I'm saying? So do your job. But I'm feeling good. I feel okay.
What's the other reason you're feeling good? But thank you for sharing that, by the way. But you're doing good.
My life peaceful as
I know
fuck.
the other reason. You ain't gonna talk about it, but I know the other reason.
My life
Well, let's
peaceful.
dive into our topic. That's good.
My life
Peace
is
is
peaceful.
always, listen.
We gonna
Peace
dive
is
into this
always
second.
good.
Peaceful is always good. I also feel good because I had an edible.
That'll do it.
I don't know what that feels like because I smoked weed one time. I went blind. I was like,
You
oh,
never
this
had
is
high.
nothing.
Shout out to high occasions. You
Shout
never
out
had
to
high
high
occasions.
occasions.
Oh,
No.
high occasions.
Y'all
I
never
heard
had
about.
high
I
occasions?
went to the event. I wouldn't even have a bottle of water because I was like, it might be infused.
I
and
actually
I
heard about
cannot.
high occasions. I heard it was super dope.
Occasions
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Luxury edibles. They're a luxury edible
Mhm.
company. We need sponsorship now because I'm talking about you guys. But the topic of the day, because I feel good, and I'm floating, is forgiveness.
Mm.
Forgiveness.
Wow. See how I
Hmm.
pause? That's deep. Forgiveness is deep.
Forgiveness.
Do y'all forgive people or y'all be like,
I forgive people.
really?
And
I
I
forgive
need
people.
a minute. I need a minute. I mean, it depends on what it is. It
I
depends
forgive
on who
people.
it is. It depends on what it's about.
Yeah.
Again, because of the spirituality, it's like you should be forgiving. That's how I was taught. But that's not hard.
It's limits.
yeah.
You know how people be like, I love you with no condition. I love you unconditionally. Oh, no. I got conditions
Yeah, I
over
got
here.
conditions. Yeah.
I got forgiveness conditions.
Yeah.
I do.
Forgiveness conditions.
I do. I have forgiveness for conditions.
But you know, also people always say like forgiveness is not for them, it's for you.
Mm-hmm.
So like that you don't hold on to that hurt or that bitterness or any of those things.
that shit ain't for me. Forgiveness is not for me. If you telling me, if I'm never going to tell you I forgive you no more. Because at the end of the day, I accepted you. So if you do things, okay, let me rephrase that. I would forgive you, but that forgiveness is not for me. That's for you to do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like you going to church and you got the 10 Commandments. And you're like, oh my God, let me repent my sins because God said I should not steal. This is for you. Why are you telling me this is for you? You already knew these things that were a violation to me. So you need to reassure yourself to forgive yourself for continuously making the same mistake. You said, you telling me I'm sorry. Okay, that's nice. But are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like, even with repeat offenders in relationships, right? If they keep cheating and cheating and cheating, like, I'm so sorry. No, you're not.
I hate when people cheat and be like, I'm sorry. This never happens to me, by the way, just being honest. But you can't just be like, I'm sorry. You got to acknowledge, or I made a mistake. You didn't make a mistake. You made a decision.
You knew what you was doing.
Yeah, so you have to acknowledge that, because if you don't acknowledge that, then you can't even begin to try and be a better person or be better in this relationship, because you're not even acknowledging what it is that you did. Like, no, you made a conscious decision to fuck somebody else. Like, you don't get to just be like, oh, I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
What about...
You took your pants off.
Yeah.
You stole from me. I had a girl steal from me. I had a girl steal from me so bad that she was like, I'm sorry. I was like, no, you're not. I said, because I needed to help you some type of way. She was like, no, I'm really sorry. Sorry for fucking what? You got caught?
That'd be the thing. A lot of times that is what it is. You sorry you got caught.
You sorry you got caught.
Because if you didn't get caught, you was going to do it again.
Because you're not sorry because you hurt my feelings.
But I think that, I mean, of course it depends on what it is. Like, you see people, like, it was this lady, I don't know the exact story or remember, but it was the man who killed her son. And she got to a point of forgiveness where she actually go visit this man in jail. And I was like, oh, that can't be me. I'm just not that forgiving. Like, God ain't put that in my spirit.
But imagine the type of peace you can have after doing that, right? If somebody does something that serious to you or your family or somebody you love, imagine the type of peace it brings you. Because a lot of people feel like, well, I can't move on until I actually forgive you. Okay, I forgive you for what you did, and now I can actually move on. So it probably just brought her a lot of peace. But what bothers me is the people that apologize. I'm sorry if you felt offended, or I'm sorry if you feel this way. Like, that's, to me, that's a half-ass apology. It's like, no, don't apologize for how it made me feel. That's like apologize for your accountability in the part and how what you did. Not, oh, I'm sorry, Chevy, if you feel like I hurt your feelings. No, I'm telling you hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
So don't say
I'm sorry I made you feel that way.
Yeah. Like, what? Like,
because a lot of times some things is not your intention, because everybody is different. So you might do something and somebody might get offended by it, and that wasn't your intent by no means.
But I've even apologized like that before too, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, it wasn't my intention, and the person was like, well, it doesn't matter what your intention was, you still did it.
Yeah, maybe not say it wasn't my intention, but I'm sorry I made you feel whatever, X, Y, and Z. I think it just depends on what it is. I think it's your relationship with the person, because here's the thing, it's like, it's unrealistic to think that you're never going to forgive people. You're going to, your circle going to be it's going to be you. Right? Because your mama, your daddy, your siblings, your significant other, your closest friends, everybody is going, we're not perfect human beings, right? So we're going to do something that may make you feel a way, or something that may not be right in your eyes, or something, we're going to miss the mark sometimes. That's just human beings, you know what I mean? So I think that you have to have a certain level of forgiveness and grace for people. Or you're gonna cut everybody out. You're gonna be walking around holding all this bitterness this resentment. Yeah. And it's like, and then some things it's like, I'm not forgiving you for cheating on me. I'm not
forgiving you for cheating on me.
No, you're a grown man. You know what you did. But I'm not forgiving you for... Even with stealing, the older I get, it's more like, who's the person and what's their circumstance? Because I look now at people's circumstances more. I used to be quick to be like, oh, it's not a reason to steal. Stealing is not okay by no means, right? But let's say if this particular girl, I don't know the situation, but let's just say she was like down on her luck, she had a baby to feed, whatever, and she took some money from you. It's not right by no means. Just ask me. I'll give you the money to get your baby some milk. I could probably sympathize a little bit more with her, and maybe have it in my heart to forgive her. Doesn't mean I'm gonna trust you again, or I'm gonna let you back into my home again. But I could be like, dang, that's,
are you pulling
that's
more?
a rough position to be in. What is happening over here?
Are we
Don't y'all worry about what's going on in the Shegan land, okay?
Okay.
No. Okay. All right. So we're gonna pivot.
But I think that comes with growth. Like that comes with
forgiveness.
Because when you a kid or when you younger, it's like, nah, I ain't forgiving you for nothing. Then you get older and you realize, because you gonna need forgiveness.
Yeah. That's
true. You need forgiveness.
That's
y'all
when we
talk about all
grace
this forgiveness,
too. Yeah.
but now I'm about to pivot this. Which zodiac sign is
what?
hard to forgive?
What?
Which zodiac sign is hard to forgive?
I have no idea.
See, I'm not really into I don't really know much about. I barely know I'm a water bear. That's all I know. What's up, Aquariuses? What's up, y'all?
Y'all
That's really
annoying.
all I know.
Y'all annoying.
That's really all I know about Aquariuses. I don't know too much. What you tell us? What is it?
Y'all got a good heart.
I don't know who's more easy to forgive or not because, I mean, I just think that as a human being.
What about who don't forgive, who have a trouble with forgiving? What sign have you ever dated that have a trouble with forgiving?
I haven't experienced that.
You never experienced that?
I don't.
Not to a sign.
Yeah, I don't really know people's sign that much.
Y'all should really look into this. Yeah. No, y'all seriously, and it will help you guys. And it's not. Here's the thing about when people talk about zodiac signs, right? It's like everybody have a good and bad side. We already established that in life, right? But certain signs have certain things that I just cannot deal with. Mm-hmm. For instance, like Keysha,
I'm a Libra. We're very forgiving people.
Libras are very also indecisive.
That has nothing to do with nothing. The topic is forgiveness, guys.
No, but we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna definitely talk about it.
We're very forgiving people. Again, depending on what it is and depending on how you present and how you present your apology. Are you? And I think also it boils down to like change behavior.
Yeah.
Because you can ask for forgiveness all you want. You can be like, I'm sorry all you want, but do you change your behavior?
Yeah.
Because maybe you really didn't know.
Right.
Maybe you really didn't realize, or maybe you really like, but then
let me work on this and do this better.
Do you adjust and change your behavior?
You know how you fix forgiveness? Don't put people on the pedestal. Let them work their way from the bottom up.
Yeah, because now you have this high expectation.
I do not, with anybody, with dating, I don't have high expectations as far as like who you are as a human. Mm-hmm. Because I just expect you to treat me with respect. That's first. So you wouldn't even be in my presence if you wasn't treating me with respect. But as far as like your behavior, I don't put nobody on a pedestal because I don't know your triggers.
Yeah.
Unless you are vocal about it. But when it comes to forgiveness, I'm real easy on that side. But it's the disrespect that I can't deal with.
It's the disrespect for me.
It's the disrespect for me.
What's the hardest thing you had to forgive somebody for?
Wow.
Not respecting my boundaries.
I got to think about that. Because people don't really do me dirty. So
people don't do me dirty either. Yeah. Oh, people do. Somebody did do me dirty, y'all. Her goddamn cousin made a fake IG page and bullied me.
Wait, is that recent?
That was recent.
I think I remember you
this
posting
girl
about that.
I was cool with, cousin, made an IG page and bullied me. And then, you know what's crazy? I seen her at Culver City Stairs.
What'd she say?
She didn't say shit. She wouldn't even look my way.
Oh, you knew who?
And I had my glasses on. I was like, I know that's her. I know that's her. That, you know why that I could never forgive, especially when it's a mutual friend involved. Because if I consider you my vulnerable circle and not accept someone that you're close to, what makes you wake up in the goddamn morning wanting to bully somebody and thinking it's a joke?
Yeah.
And we supposed to have this, like, that's just like you woke up and was like, I'm gonna just play a joke on Chevy. I'm gonna act like I know her business and
yeah.
You like I won't beat your ass.
Yeah.
I got one more fight in me before I get rich.
Chevy needs hands. Chevy is the auntie.
No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious because I'm so afraid of fame. I'm so afraid of to be famous because the disrespect that comes with that, it's just no limit.
Yeah.
I'm so afraid of that. That's why I have to get rich, because if you disrespect me, it was a clip of Little Kim. The PETA people tried to attack Little Kim. And Little Kim was like, you better bag back. She was like, you better. Aggressive. But she was like forcing her, like she was like walking up. And I was like, I can't imagine what that feels like to be disrespected when you walk outside of a hotel.
Yeah.
So when it comes to forgiveness, it's the disrespect that's aligned with that for me.
Yeah.
You disrespect me, you want to go to court.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. You okay with being sued. You okay with being sued for disrespecting me. You are okay with that. That's why I don't play that. It's that social media bullying, disrespectful. Like when you're in a relationship, you should never air your business out, because I could take that to court. And people really play with that. People really play with the internet. And to me, that's not a playground.
Right.
It's for jokes and giggles, but when you're very close to someone where you could text them and tell them the issue, but yet you want to take it somewhere else, I would never forgive you. You took our business public.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. Thing. That's why Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Because at this point, my relationship is already present.
But no. Will Smith's relationship is 1,000%
it's
public.
But honestly, have y'all seen him really, really dive into his marriage publicly? He's always exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, now it's public knowledge though. And that joke wasn't to him; it was to her.
It was to her. So just imagine if you dated somebody that's heavily public and you're private. You're not going to these different things, and this bothers me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know Will Smith and Jada relationship at all.
You can't say, because if Will is so private to where this bothers me, then you as my wife can't do this red table talk.
But at the end of the day, his key thing was like, I'm not responsible for her happiness. He said that multiple times. Mm-hmm. So if going on red table talk makes her happy, that's her prerogative.
But then you can't get mad at other people for being in your business when your wife puts your business out.
But I can definitely protect her. I feel bad. I really feel bad for Will Smith. I think that was just
misdirected anger towards everything else. Him being mean.
Because he is bullied.
That joke was not.
He is bullied. He is really bullied in the media, and that's when it comes to that disrespectful part. That's hard, y'all. That's so hard. Because I don't know what I'd do if we out and it was like, Keysha E, you weren't funny, boom, and try to like be disrespectful to you. I would go to jail.
Yeah,
because that's like it's like protecting your family at all costs in a sense. But whatever.
I think the hardest thing I had to forgive somebody from is borrowing money, like a substantial amount of money, and not just paying it back, but doing what the fuck you wanted to do in the meantime, in the midst of owing me this money.
That's the worst.
And when I gave you the money, it was like, yo, I need this on this day for X, Y, and Z. Like I gave you some money that I had set aside for something I needed to do, with the assurance of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay you back on this day, and then completely like played me left. And you just out here shopping, you out here doing all the things you want to do, and I'm like, wow.
Where my bread at? Have they since paid you back?
Are you giving people money with no job?
They did pay you back.
They did pay you back, okay.
But it took time, and in the meantime, you did what you wanted to do. And I feel like paying me back didn't seem to be a priority, right?
But when you got it back, does that justify
this person, so I ended up forgiving them, and that was a hard thing to do. However, you can forgive and be like, I'm never letting you borrow money.
Yeah, never again.
So, yeah.
I don't know if I forgive. I don't know. I don't have a situation
you gave somebody money with no job?
No, they had no. They had a job. They had a job. They don't work a traditional 9 to 5, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything where I actually forgave. Man, somebody did me dirty on my taxes one year.
You went to one of the people on the picture, like
I went to one of those Detroit, like low key, one of those just, we gonna get you all this money back, and I got all this is a long story, but I still haven't forgiven that yet. Run me my bread. It's been like 5 years. I want my money back. So
everybody do taxes now.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know if I'm, now that I think about it, and this show is dope because it helps me like look at myself more. I don't know if I forgive as easy as I say I should, or as easy as we all should. Like, now that I think about it, I ain't forgive that person.
Forgiving is easy if it's not disrespect. Yeah. If you don't play with me in my face, I can forgive you. You didn't come up to my birthday party, I forgive you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't, like show up when I was sick, I forgive you. Because I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But you disrespect me deliberately, I cannot forgive you.
It's crazy because we want to be forgiven.
Money is the root of all evil. We all know that. So lending money could always be tricky. However, that's my blessing. I get that back in tenfold. You know what I'm saying? I get that back without. I don't even really. It was a day I didn't have $0 in my bank account, and I looked up. I got a deposit of fucking $2,000. Never knew it came from. They was like, "Oh, we owed you money." So I can never be mad about my blessings, or when it comes to money, it's just that now I know how to carry you.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to really think.
But now when I need money, I need you to be there for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I need you. If I'm like, yo, I'm on my dying. I know somebody who has so much money, and he knew people around him that had businesses and he never invested. Now that's some shit I can't forgive you for. Like if I'm struggling to build a brand and you coming over my house and you bragging about all these things, I'm trying to build a business and you building a joke.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to get nobody in their panties in a bunch, but trying to get that out.
I don't think forgiveness is easy by no means. I think it takes a lot of growth and maturity. I think it takes you to be a very mature person to be able to forgive, especially if it's forgiving and depending on what it is, but if it's forgiving and I'm still going to deal with you. Because you could forgive somebody and move on with your life. Yeah. And I'm never talking to you again, but I forgive you. I don't carry that on me. I don't have any ill feelings towards you. I'm not triggered when I hear your name. And then it's a forgiving, but then I'm still dealing with you and dealing with you in the same capacity because I can't be petty, or I can't, if I forgive you, I can't then trying to hold over your head what happened.
Yeah.
And being able to still move forward in whatever that is, whether it's a friendship, whether it's your family relationship in whatever way. So I don't think it's easy by no means.
Yeah.
But I also think
it's not easy.
Not to take it here, but let's be honest, like God forgives us all the time.
God
You know what I
forgives us
mean?
all the
Jesus
time.
died on the cross for our
Every
sins.
time
So
y'all
it's
had
like,
sex without y'all husbands.
damn, why you got to take it there?
Every time y'all have sex.
Hey, that's true. So when you don't want to forgive somebody, think about
what God would do.
unmerited-
Oh man.
Where's your
that premarital
WWJD?
sex you had.
Right here. I
Look at
have
her,
it.
she got
I
it.
actually have it. Y'all remember this?
You keep that
Yeah.
on when you have sex?
It was like a
Oh my
Cartier
gosh.
bracelet for
I
us.
was
Wait,
wearing
does she
you
wear this
hear-
when she has sex?
I've been wearing this
Do
for like
you
the
wear
past
that when
5
you-
guys.
You
ladies.
wear a cross when you have sex?
Do he ever look at your wrist?
Wait, do you wear a cross when you have sex? Do you wear your cross when you have sex?
I'm pleading the fifth.
It's
I
probably,
wear
been, it's
hams
probably
a
been on
hand.
before.
You wear hams in hand, like the.
Yep.
I see
I
that.
normally take this off at night, every night, but
Because God ain't praying for that nut.
It might have been on a couple times. This is my grandma cross too. My grandma had 9 kids. She was
She was
having
having
sex
sex.
too.
Your grandma was having sex.
She was definitely having sex too, but
But that's our topic for today.
Yeah,
So
the
when
tea
it
time?
comes to forgiveness, like choose, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Choose whatever fits you. Like if you feel like, you know, it's okay, like people make mistakes, do it. But it's a thin line between forgiveness and disrespect. So you got to choose what's your forgiveness line and what's your disrespect.
Yeah.
And
Forgive and be a forgiver.
give grace. Yeah, 'cause
yeah,
you
give
give
grace.
grace. We
Give
always
grace.
giving grace.
Extend grace. Like I know
Yeah.
you said last time you're done. Did you say you're done extending grace? Was that you who
No,
said
I
that?
said
No,
give
no,
people
no.
grace.
She said
Give people grace.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not
Okay.
done extending grace unless I'm not
I don't
extending
think
grace.
you ever run out of
Somebody
extending
told me
grace.
that. Someone said I'm done. They were like, my season
Yeah.
for extending
Yeah.
grace is over. I've done it. I've learned it.
For
I know
certain
what it is. I'm
people-
over it.
For certain
But
people, yes.
But I think that goes back to like
This is-
therapy and healing because you gave Natalie grace in something, now you can't give me grace in something completely different later on down the line.
But what if
if you do it twice?
Exactly. Like, what if I have to? Damn, I gotta
That-
keep
I'm not
giving
saying- I'm
Keysha
not saying
grace.
the same. I'm not saying the same person, but to be like,
Okay,
I'm done
okay.
giving grace in this complete season.
Yeah.
That means a whole new person comes in your life and does some makes some
Yeah.
type of mistake, and you like, I ain't giving grace no more. And
No,
it's like,
yeah, I think it was
that's-
specific towards the person.
that's
But
unrealistic.
yeah.
So,
Tea
yeah.
time. Tea
Tea
time.
It's time for
Tea
the
time.
tea.
My glass.
All right, so we have. Let you get into that.
Oh, this is
Get
our
into that
nephew.
email.
Hey,
Neff. What up,
nephew.
Neff?
What up, Neff?
Hi. Okay, I'm about to read it. As a young man who came from a very traumatic childhood and in the dating game right now, how long should I wait after beginning to see someone until it's appropriate to share and be vulnerable about my past?
Ooh.
I feel as though it can be overwhelming to share, but I tend to be very open. I like everything this says.
Me
Yeah.
too. That's
Yeah.
super dope.
I love the
That's from a
vulnerability.
nephew, you said?
That's from
That's
a
from a
nephew.
I feel like that's super dope initially from a guy to just be
his
vulnerable.
accountability.
Yeah, it's super,
too.
super rare for a man to even be like, man, I want to actually share this with you and be
Yeah.
open with
Oh
you.
my
For me as a woman, as you
God.
told me earlier, like I'm hopeless romantic. So I think that's super dope. If you come to me and you're like, well, this is what happened. I feel like I don't want it to be too heavy. So I think the question was, what's the time frame?
Yeah.
I just feel like whenever you're comfortable with that woman, because on
Yeah.
a first date, if you tell me some wild, crazy stuff from your childhood, I might be put off a little bit. Part of me might be like, oh, that's so sweet. You share that with me. I'm never calling you again. But part of me might be like, oh, wow, that was super dope that you were able to
Yeah.
share that with me. So I feel like whenever you're comfortable with that woman,
Yeah.
where you feel like she won't judge you, where you feel like, first of all, if you feel like you could be vulnerable with me anyway, I'm like, oh, you feel like you can share that
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
that's super sweet. But I'd say it's no time limit whenever you just pretty much feel comfortable with that woman.
Yeah, I agree. I wholeheartedly
Yeah.
agree. I think when you feel safe with that person because, one, I mean, you may not mind for everyone to know, but it also may be something that you don't want to share with just everybody.
Right.
So, like, I feel like this is going somewhere with this person, and I want to open up and let her know this. And she's made me feel comfortable enough and created a safe space for me to do that. I don't think by any means you should, hide things from a person, or feel like you can't say it. But I do think on a first date, when you first meet somebody, it can be a bit much, only because I'm not judging whatever may have happened in your past, but only because I don't really know you at all. So it's like,
Yeah.
let me get to know you as a person
Right.
before you give me anything else that, has previously happened in your past. Let me just see that I'm feeling you,
Right.
Yeah.
right? Because if I'm feeling you and I like you, whatever happened in your past, we can talk about that.
Yeah,
Fine,
for
sure.
sure.
I'm here for you 100%.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me. That's not going to make me not want to talk to you, but let's just get the basics out first. And then I agree with Natalie. Like, once you just feel safe and comfortable, with that person, and I think that is super dope that you're able to be
share
and want
that.
to be vulnerable. Yeah, and share that. And share
So
that
it's
with
no
a person.
time limit really. Whenever you feel
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah,
I
think
feel
it's-
like you should put out what you want. Like
Mm-hmm.
if your last relationship suffered from communication, communicate more. You don't necessarily have to go in there with the kill like my childhood, my this. Just create the environment that you want in your dating environment. So if you grew up when it's not like an affectionate environment, then you be more affectionate with the person.
Right.
If you grew up where it wasn't a lot like arts and crafts in your relationship, then you create the arts and crafts in your relationship. And then that could build character around. Eventually they're going to ask, so what was your childhood like?
Yeah.
But if they're seeing all these loving things about you, like you hug, you kiss me in the middle of a sentence, you make breakfast, you get me coffee. If you are being intentional about what you really want in the future, the past is going to just pass itself out.
And it helps a person know how to love you.
And it helps them know how to love you. But if whatever you're lacking and you're putting into the forefront of like, let me try this with someone else because I never experienced this, they're not going to even care about your past.
Yeah.
About time that they even think about it, it's going to be like, well, you already are doing these things where I feel accepted and I feel loved. And I also have a tip. So my two friends,
wellness tip time.
It's wellness tip time, right? So going into that, you got our advice. Just jump out there with the things that you want to experience. Don't talk about your past too much. Just learn from it, right? But it is a company called The End, and they have these cards, right? So I encourage people to bring like trivia cards on dates.
Conversation. Oh, yeah.
For conversational pieces. And then that way, when you run out of things, so what you do yesterday, what you do this, boom, that's almost like a build up to knowing who that person is. And for those who suffer from being vulnerable, these cards can help them. They call The End. I'm going to bring them on our next show, guys, because one of my friends recommended them. They're like newly dating and they take these dates on every card. And it was like,
I couldn't
Chevy,
imagine that.
it's so,
Like, what the
but
heck?
we did it as, so they have like couple strangers, like long-term relationship people.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you everybody the link. We could drop the link down on our YouTube, but I recommend these cards wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
We did it as friends and the conversation never stopped.
Yeah.
I think maybe not on a date.
Yeah,
but
can you
if
imagine
we're
me on a
kicking
date and I'm pulling out, can we play this game real quick and I pull out a
No,
deck
it's
of
not a
cards
card.
and go through it?
It's just one card.
But if we're just kicking it
Yeah.
at your house, so maybe second,
Yeah.
third
Yeah.
time we kick it, whatever, I think it would be a good
I don't
thing.
need that.
So
You don't
You
need
don't
that
need
either.
that.
forgive people.
Keysha might.
No, Keysha
I'm
don't
kinda
need
shy.
that. Keysha flows the conversation. I feel like you wouldn't need a card to help you continue a
But
conversation.
Keysha is very
Not to
strategic
continue.
about how she's going
Let's
to
find out
act.
who Keysha is, guys.
Right. she's very strategic. She's always like, okay, A, B, C. Okay, C. Let's go back to B. Like she's
You
very
guys stop
strategic.
doing that, like bringing a card, like let's talk about this.
It's a game. It's like a card
if you
game.
knew him, maybe, but not on no first or second date. No.
I don't think that it would be
Definitely
to bring
on any
a
date.
date. But I think that,
Yeah.
or depending on what the date is, if it's a picnic in a park, maybe. I
Maybe.
think
Okay, maybe.
you wouldn't break it out in a pub
Especially if
at
you
a
date an
restaurant or
introvert.
something like
If
that.
you date an introvert who like,
Yeah.
I don't understand the dating the introvert thing. I'm gonna be honest.
I couldn't date an introvert, but that's
I couldn't- I
that's a whole
couldn't
nother
date an introvert.
conversation. Mm-mm.
Because my
No, you
family
gotta
go
match
crack
my
jokes.
energy, yeah.
My family go like, she bought that slow person over here.
I think people think
Oh, I
introverts
don't wanna
are
say
something
that. I
that
don't
they're
wanna say
not.
that.
I've
I don't
dated
wanna
an
say
introvert and I loved it. I think people assume they just don't say a
I don't
word.
wanna
They're
say
not
that.
mute. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
They're
I'm
not
sorry,
mute.
y'all.
I did date a mute before.
Yeah.
Okay, that's another topic for
You remember that? Yeah, we're gonna talk about
So
that.
on that note, guys, thank y'all for tuning in
Thank
to another
you.
episode of
We
Appreciate
gotta
y'all.
cut that last part. We gotta cut that last part. I do
Thank-
not want to feel like I'm making fun of people who are
It's in
like
there.
slow.
Thank you.
Is it?
Thank y'all for tuning
Oh
in
my
to
God.
to another episode of Somebody's Auntie, not your mama's sister, but your
We're not
auntie
your
with the
mama's
T.
sister.
Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and also follow us on our on our Instagram page, somebody's_auntie. Until next time, nieces and nephews. Peace out.
Peace
Later.
out.